Yo, what up, I'm Vince. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips that will help you style better. Watch until the end and I will show you what VISVIM did to create great styling. So, the first tips, know your colors. I think the 2 main things that usually attract our eyeballs for an outfit is usually the design of the garment or its colors. I'm going to give you 3 ways of color matching that will never go wrong. But before that, I want to share with you a few things about color you must know. Firstly is color wheel. You would have probably seen this somewhere before. It's basically a tool or circle that divide colors into sectors and show the relationship between the colors. It is formed by 3 primary colors, red, yellow and blue. And from mixing those 3 primary colors, it creates more colors. The second thing you should know is the shades of the color. The shades change depending on the saturation and the brightness of the color. If you look at the color wheel, this triangle represents the lighter or darker shades of the color. And the last thing you should know about colors is neutral colors, inclusive of white, black and grey. Neutral colors are very useful because you can match with any color. However, you have to be careful when using grey color because depending on the brightness of the grey color, it will affect your styling. Of course, other than the color itself, there are other factors that will affect the color on the garments, such as the environment or surrounding you are in, or the characteristic of the material, whether it absorbs colors more or reflects colors more. After knowing those color concepts, how do we do color matching? There are 3 ways that will never go wrong when it comes to color matching. Firstly is the monochrome color matching. Basically, you choose one hue or color and then you play with the shades. There's this saying, less is more. You might think it's boring, only using one color. But that's not true. Depending on what you wear, you can be creative as well when it comes to monochrome color matching. Secondly is the complementary color matching. If you are an attention seeker, then this might be something you want to explore more. Basically, what you do for complementary color matching is that you match the color opposite of each other. You can still be creative and play with the shades, but for this way of color matching, the focus are more on selecting a contrast color rather than playing with the shades. Lastly is the analog color matching. If you think monochrome is too boring and complementary is too much for you, then you might want to look into this way of color matching. Analog color match the neighboring color of the same hue. To me, this is kind of like in between of monochrome and complementary color matching. Here's one pro tip for people who are not good with color matching or very new to this. It's best to stick with just 2 colors. More than 2 colors, things can get very complicated. Here comes the second fashion tip. Other than color, of course the shape or the cutting of what you wear is very important. Most people will tell you certain cutting are only suitable for certain body shape, but I'm not going to do that in this video because I think everyone has different tastes when it comes to fashion, and I respect that. So instead of telling you what to wear, I'm going to share with you what you should consider when choosing the cutting that you want. For tops, the typical cutting you will see in the market nowadays are the standard fit, slim fit, loose fit, oversized and long line fitting. The few components that you should consider when choosing the cutting for your tops are the shoulder width, the full length of the shirt and the chest width. These 3 things will basically form the shirt's cutting. However, there are other things that you might want to consider as well, such as the neck and armhole measurement, etc. because this will affect the comfortability of the top. The easiest way to find the cutting that's suitable for you is of course to try it out. You can always start with standard fit and then slowly explore other cuttings. For bottom, the typical cutting you will see in the market are regular fit, skinny fit, slim fit, legging, tapered leg, and loose fit, or sometimes people call it relaxed fit. And the few things that you should consider when choosing a pants cutting is the waist length, the crotch length that will determine whether if your pants is high-waisted or low-waisted, and the shape of the thigh and leg. With this, it basically forms the cutting of the pants. Other than that, depending on your height and also the style you want, you will need to consider the full length as well. Whether you want the pants to be a full length pants, an ankle length pants, a 3/4 pants, short pants and etc. Please do not just follow trends. I know oversize is very trendy now, but you might look totally different compared to others who wear the same thing because of your body shape. Here's the last fashion tip for you. Know what you are wearing. It's actually more of a reminder than a fashion tip. Many people will omit this. Please remember to consider the quality of your garment material as well. The quality I mentioned is not how long lasting is it, but the characteristic of the garment material, such as whether if it's a reflective kind of material or stretchy material, etc. For example, shiny silky type of material most of the time gives you a luxury feeling. Softer type of fabric creates a more elegant and relaxed feel. Hard or stiff fabrics usually creates a more muscular or army look. Outdoor technical type of material creates an outdoor and sporty look. And denim usually creates a casual look. Please do not see these 3 tips separately because it's the mix and match of these 3 tips that create your own unique style. That's all the tips I want to share with you. Now I'm going to show you how VISVIM created great styles using the tips I've just mentioned. First off, let's talk about the colors that VISVIM use. This is a very good example of using complementary color matching. VISVIM uses 3 colors for this style, red, brown and blue. If you realize, both red and brown are already occupying the top, therefore VISVIM use a black color to balance out the bottom. I think any denim blue color will go well with this styling as well. The color matching is just the beginning of it. What makes this style interesting is that they choose to use a distressed and slightly oversized cutting denim shirt and an ankle-length distressed jeans for this look. Together with VISVIM signature slippers, crystal, and the corduroy biker hat, it presented us a street style look. Can you see how VISVIM utilized the 3 tips I've just mentioned? Using complementary colors with kind of uneven cutting, match it with a distressed garment, create that street style look. Let me know in the comment box below whether if this video is helpful or not. Hope the tips I just shared will help you in your styling journey. That's all for this video. I'm Vince, and this is SEIIYA Fashion TV where we talk fashion and make garments. See you next time.